Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with functions. So we have been using inbuilt functions, right? Print, input, int, all those type, all those are inbuilt functions. We have also used inbuilt methods. Methods are
Mm.
functions which are associated with a particular class, right?
Mm.
So now we will learn to create our own function. Okay, so what is a function? Basically, you have you give you give a certain block of code a name. Okay, so if I want to repeat certain block of code, let's say print how are you, say how are you, okay, where are you, okay, what do you do. Let's say these are set of questions I want to ask multiple times. Okay, the loop is going to repeat these lines of code multiple times at the same place. Okay, but I don't want to repeat at the same place. I want to ask these questions at different places. So best way is that you give it a name. So def stand for definition. Okay,
Mm.
and
Mm.
my question something like this. Okay, bracket open, give a colon, colon just like we gave in if and for loop. Okay, and indicate that these lines of code are inside def. The moment you say def, you are defining the function you're defining. So
Yeah.
def, okay, keyword defines a function. Okay, and here my questions, okay, is your function name, and followed by empty parenthesis colon. Colon indicates that okay, the block of code is inside this function. Okay, so you have three statements, let's say, inside this function. Now this is function definition. Function definition doesn't mean that it will be called. So it's like giving name. So when name was given to me or to you, it's like defining it. Okay, so this is the name. Now
Mm.
to call it, okay, to call it, okay,
Mhm.
we have to specifically call it, right? See, in you have print, right? And you have print already defined. But until unless you call it, the function is not called or it's not executed, isn't it?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
this is just a definition. You need to call it to execute it. So I'm going to say my questions. Now, when you run it, okay, see, the function is getting called here.
Mm.
I can say here something like this,
Yeah.
listing my questions. Okay,
Mm.
and you get this. After a few lines, you can even say, okay, my questions are, okay. So whenever you call it, that many times that those lines of code will be executed, isn't it? So
Mm.
this is how function works, okay?
Okay.
But there are different types of functions. Okay, different types of
Mhm.
functions. Um, a function, okay, which returns a particular value or which doesn't return any particular value. Function that returns and function that doesn't return.